Hey y'all, it's LMC. Right now we have an opportunity as a community to put our feedback in yet again for city staff when it comes to Vision SMTX, City of San Marcos, interactive engagement for the Dunbar and Heritage neighborhood plans. For context, the city staff promised years ago that they would create neighborhood plans as the archival of the DNA of a particular neighborhood. And then we all participated through the land development code, the code SMTX, and they didn't do it. And years went by. And then we all showed up on the master plan committee and we were told by Jane Jenkins, the consultant, that that wasn't going to happen. And there was a mutiny. And a bunch of us, and quite frankly, a lot of us weren't even getting along. And you can thank Melissa Derrick, Roland Saucedo, Jane Houston, and myself, and Diana Baker, as well as Ryan Patrick Perkins, for all standing up. And if I've forgotten your name, my apologies, but I immediately made a stink. And I was very blessed that other people backed me up on that. We made a lot of comments during that master plan committee process, and those were ignored. And now the master plan, I believe, is going through its third rendition because the planning and zoning keeps turning it down. Versus finishing the master plan, the same consultant decided the city staff haven't fired him. They're giving him more work, and that's creating the area plan for the heritage neighborhoods, which is Dunbar, and then areas around the historical district, including my block over here on Belvin. What's concerning is that the concerns we raised are not in this plan. So the purpose of this instructional video is to show you how to insert your comments. A lot of us are very upset because our comments on the Comprehensive Master Plan Committee were outright ignored with the master plan proper, as well as this area plan, and we're having to repeat ourselves over and over again. And then on top of that, they're making this document very difficult. We have an equity officer, but she's too busy studying the problem of equity versus directing city staff to make things equitable. So here I am, enter LMC in her tutorial. I am now on the actual page where you can go and create your comments. So let's see. If you want to look at the different comments, you can click on here and see most replied, most supported, do it by page, or most recent. As you can see, I've been pretty busy. Close that up, click on everything you want to, anything you want to make a comment. So let's just kind of flip through here. So the neighborhood area plan will make it stronger with the addition of periodic updates that reflect changes to the neighborhoods and the overall planning context. Changes to neighborhoods. I'll say, why would the neighborhood change if this document is implemented as aligned? You could clearly tell I'm a bad speller, and if you've ever been on with me on social media, it's been about 10 years since I've been on social media, you know I'm a bad speller. And I guess that's what Grammarly's for, but they'll do that for you. As aligned with this document. Okay, so I would go through here and read this with a fine-tooth comb, which I've already done on multiple documents that they have given us on the master plan committee and the comprehensive master plan renditions. And now I'm here on this document. So if I look a little upset, I am, because this is like the third time I've done this. And every time I make comments, they don't put the comments in. And you guys know me, I go up every week and speak before city council and public hearings at the neighborhood commission, the historic preservation commission. And none of that seems to get in through the thick heads of city planners. You say comment, question, whatever, and then you go post comment and you're done. Okay, so once again, you just click on anything where the city San Marcos is identified as the key driver of the implementation. Retain a focus on delivering core service to the neighborhoods. Example, safe pedestrian routes. Older neighborhoods do not have problems with routes. Any retool of the DNA, because that's the word they use, of these blocks, of these streets, will result in flooding, i.e. new installation of sidewalks. Allison Brake has my research that indicates that the lack of a sidewalk is the drainage. These streets are too narrow for new sidewalks. So then you just right click, research, installation, indicates, bam. So then you go comment, post comment. Okay, so I hope that helps. I'm going to stop sharing my screen and I'm going to say, get to work, San Marcos, because this is your last chance. They're going to try to say we need sidewalks and bus stops and bike routes. All that does is allow a developer in a planning and zoning meeting when they want to build a dense housing development to say, this plot of land is in close proximity to a bus stop or a sidewalk or bike routes. Therefore, we need dense housing. It is a tool of new urbanists to create the ability to gentrify your neighborhood by creating dense housing. Just like when people say, we want affordable housing. All that is a buzzword for dense housing in pre-existing neighborhoods. And we all know the Kissing Tree will never be impacted by the comprehensive plan because it's a gated community. And we all know the big neighborhood over there behind me on Belvin that used to be owned by a Hispanic woman in town. And now suddenly it's a gated community for Caucasians. They'll never be impacted by this. So the very people that want affordable housing and equitability, they're the ones who are going to financially benefit off of their real estate deals. They're not protected. These neighborhoods are under threat. And unless you enjoy the high property taxes, I suggest you get to work.